Come on over, it's time for Tim Friend.
Welcome back to Tim Friend. I know, a different game. The crazy, it's not a Fire Emblem, it's not a Pokemon, it's a Darkest Dungeon. Welcome, it's me, I'm Tim, I'm your friend, and we're going to play Darkest Dungeon, a game from, like, the distant past of the 2010s, of last decade is when this game is from. I glanced at the Steam page to see if I could figure it out real quick, and I couldn't. So what the fuck ever. I'm going to play the Darkest Dungeon. We're going to do no DLC whatsoever, because I haven't paid for it. Because I don't need it. It's just base game. I'm going to play on the original settings. There's 3 difficulties. There's Radiant, Darkest, and Stygian. This game is fucking hard. If you don't fucking know what you're doing, this game will just punish you on Darkest mode. So if you're playing this for the first time, like if you want to play along beside Tim Friend, your favorite YouTuber, play on Radiant mode, because holy shit, when I play, if you're anything like me, you play on Darkest mode, you are going to you're not going to finish the game. I'll tell you that. You are not going to finish this game. But I've played this game before. I've never beaten it, whether on normal or easy or whatever. I've never beaten Darkest Dungeon. So maybe this will be the time, you know? Maybe this will be the way I commit to this bit of going all the way in Darkest Dungeon. I don't have a lot of like knowledge beyond what I've played. I haven't, like, I've looked at the fucking Darkest Dungeon wiki. I don't know. Let's just get this started. I don't know why I'm fucking rambling on. I'm sorry. I don't have to. What are you gonna do? Report me to the Darkest Dungeon police? The cinematics in this game are fucking incredible. I love the art. I love the graphics. Aesthetically, this game is completely my jam. I will arrive along the old road. I'm gonna talk over this because you can read the subtitles. I don't have, like I said, I don't have like a lot of information on this game beyond what I've played. I've looked at the wiki. I know what the final boss is. So I got spoiled for myself, unfortunately. But you know, we all do what we gotta do. But I don't have any experience going in there. I don't have any experience dealing with it, and that is fucking key to playing Darkest Dungeon. Is like, you will be. This is an RPG. In a sense, it can be similar to a JRPG in terms of combat, in that you've got your party and you've got an enemy party of monsters, and you fight them in a turn-based combat system. However, this game is also a roguelite, in that we will be going into semi-randomized dungeons over and over and over again to try to beat them and come out of them alive, because this game does have permadeath. It gives you chances to avoid permadeath, but those are just chances, and sometimes you will not avoid the permadeath, and it will just be like, hey, what's up? Character's fucking dead. I don't know what to tell you. So, here we go, Darkest Dungeon. I hope that wasn't fucking confusing enough. This game has sort of 2 phases. It's got adventure mode, where we've got like a little map down here. You see our party over here. There's a light level up here. Our current character has a little portrait. Their attacks, their equipment, their stats, their little health. So currently we're sort of in adventure mode. We go from room, the big squares, to room along corridors. Yeah, we gotta walk forward. You always want to be walking forward, because when you're walking backwards, you're gonna be frowning. Alright, so this is an enemy. It's a brigand cutthroat. Great, yes, I know how to play the game. I wonder if there's a way I can turn off the tutorial. Tutorial kids, because you're worth it too. So, since we're in combat, it's turn-based. Right now we got Dismas, our highwayman. He's got 1 attack that he can do because he's in the first position. There's 4 sort of party slots here. Depending on which slot your party member is in, they can use different attacks. So like Open Vein, you can see right above the word open, there's 3 yellow dots and then a gray dot. That means he can use Open Vein from the first 3 positions, but not the last position. Every other attack he has, he can't use from first position, except Tracking Shot. But you can only target enemies in certain positions as well. So you'll see the red dots above the word Shot 1. With Tracking Shot, he can only target enemies in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And since we're in first and the only enemy is in first, that means the only attack we can use is Open Vein. When you use an attack, it does a a very slight animation that, like, it does a lot with very little. Like, it's not like there are actually any animation, like motion frames for your units, for your adventurers. It's just, it goes into the attack model, sprite, picture, boop, like that. It just sort of implies movement. And that's really cool. Like, what a way to fucking, how would I say this? It feels like they're implying a lot, and that really fucking does it for me in a game with an Eldritch Horror theme. Okay, also in corridors there are objects like this tent. We can check inside the tent. We can use an object on the tent, or we can just ignore the tent. You can do this with every fucking object. Some objects you can use items on to get better rewards. This is a tent, and all we have is 2 rations and $50. So we're not exactly going to throw $50 at this tent to make a better reward. We're just going to look inside. Hey, someone left valuables. $25 in a gem. Fucking incredible. Well, that one's worth $500, so that's pretty good. You can also see, like, the lighting has changed slightly, or it's about to change. Right now we are at 76 light. It'll say radiant light 76. Once we get down to 75, which happens as we walk around, we will have less chance to dodge, less chance to scout, and less chance for the monster to be surprised. So we get to below 50, it gets even worse. So yeah, now we're in Dimlight. We had a pretty high chance of surprising the monsters, but we're going to take additional stress, and the monsters are going to crit more often. So they're surprised. You can see with this little woo around them. That means they're surprised. That means they're going to go last. It doesn't mean they don't get a turn this round. It just means they get all their turns at the same time, which is to say at the end. Now you can also see open vein. It works on the first 2 positions. This guy's real big. He is taking up both of the first 2 positions, so I can't get at this brigand fusilier except by using, like, pistol shot or a grape shot blast or tracking shot. That's what I'm gonna do. I want to take out this brigand fusilier as best I can, just because, well, let's see. With pistol shot, I do 5 to 9 damage. Just by mousing over, you can see I have a chance to hit of 78%, a chance to crit of 12.5%, and my damage range is 5 to 9. Unlike Fire Emblem, this game uses, as far as I can tell, a single RNG system, so it's not going to do the thing that Fire Emblem does where it secretly rolls twice and averages the result to make you feel like you're doing better than you probably are. This one will be like, yeah, 78%, great, you rolled a 21. Too bad, you miss, sucker. It's not gonna be friendly. So 78s will miss. 60s will miss a lot. 80s, they'll miss. 90s, those will fucking miss. Even though in the Fire Emblem game, if you miss with a 90% chance, you're actually missing with like a fucking 99% chance or some shit like that. Anywho's it. Let's try pistol shots. Boom, 9 damage. That was a max damage and a hit, which is very important to me. It's important that we kill small things as soon as we can, because then that's less actions for them to do, less damage they can put on us, less crits they can put on us, because when they crit us, we take stress. Stress is another managed thing. You can see it right under your health bar here. We've got 0 out of 200 stress. Dismas has 3 out of 200 stress, which he got from just fucking walking around, because this place is scary. This whole game is a scary place. And as like the longer you are in adventure mode, you're gonna fucking get weirded out. And every time we take hits, like some enemy attacks will deliberately inflict stress. If we get crit, we're gonna get stressed. There's a lot more ways to gain stress than to reduce stress. And once we hit 100 stress, bad shit's gonna happen. Okay, so we've got big boy up in front, and our Crusader here has a lot of cool abilities, none of which can target rank 3, as you see. He can buff himself, but I mean, we could. If we use Bulwark of Faith, that actually increases the light level, because he's a holy guy, and it gives himself 20% damage reduction, and it makes him marked, which makes it more likely for the enemies to target him, which is kind of cool. But I would frankly rather just kill if I'm going to do stuff like that. So what I could do is Stunning Blow, which has a 100% base chance to stun the enemy. And you can see directly below my mouse, under their name, under their base stats, then there's resistances. So he has a 50% chance to resist stun, which means he's got a 50-50 shot of being stunned by Stunning Blow. Easy shit, right? Or we could just smack him with Smite, which does just his normal damage. Would do extra damage versus Unholy. He's not Unholy. I'm gonna try to stun him. Bonk. I do a bonk on the head. He resisted it, so he's not stunned. The Fusilier has Blanket Fire, which hits everyone in the party and gives us less of a chance to dodge, which blows. Rain of Whips hits everyone in the first... Rain of Whips, I think, hits everyone. And it causes stress, so now Reynold is stressed, and we're just a little more stressed. And we're bleeding, so we're going to take damage every round. That blows. Now, I'm going to use Grape Shot Blast. Grape Shot Blast, you can see in its targeting thing, hits all 3 of the first 3 ranks. So we're going to try to finish off the Fusilier in the back, because he's only got 3 health, and a Grape Shot Blast does 3 to 5 damage. The unfortunate part about Grape Shot Blast is that it is less accurate than Pistol Shot. Has way less chance to crit, but it can put a debuff on them that makes it more likely for us to crit them. Let's give it a shot. Yeah! Alright, so every time we kill an enemy with an attack, it leaves a corpse. When they leave a corpse, that takes up a spot in the row, in the thing. Ooh, we landed the stun that time, so now he just completely ignored his turn to get rid of the stun, but now he has an additional 50% chance to resist stun. This is so you can't just stun lock people forever unless you really, really try your hardest. Okay, we used our Open Vein attack on him, which puts a little bleed, 2 damage every one of his turns, which can be murderous. And he even has less bleed resist, so we could just keep stacking bleeds, because that shit stacks as high as you want it to go, as long as, I was going to say, like, it'll still keep, like, the original bleed will still keep running, I should say. That was 12 damage, which was just 1 less than what we wanted. He bled for 2, leaving him at 1 HP. Now we could do nothing if we wanted to. We could do nothing at all. And you know what, I will. I'm just going to shoot this corpse. Because you can target the corpses, because sometimes you might want to get rid of them. Yeah, because they're blocking your way. Oh, buff myself. Whoa! There's like a free torch up in here. Now it's even brighter. Then he bleeds to death, which leaves no corpse. Let's take all the shit. We've completed our quest. I'm going to continue adventuring so I can open this treasure chest. This sort of shows you that you can complete the quests and still keep going. Just in this tutorial area, there's just not a lot to do. Unfortunately, this chest is trapped, which gives us a little blight, which is like different than bleed, but it's basically the same thing. It does damage over time and leaves no corpses. So then we click on this quest complete, and we did it. We've beat the old road, the tutorial, and it only took the entire episode. We come out of it, we get money, we get heirlooms, which we can use to upgrade our town when we get to town, and then next time on Tim Friend, we'll get even further into the Darkest Dungeon. We'll be trying our best. We'll sort of see how this goes. This might be a game that we transition into the half an hour, 3 days a week slot, depending on how long individual thing jams take. But for now, we're gonna do a 10-minute slot, 7-day week, and I hope that you will join us on this fun little journey, this cute, fun little journey into the heart of a terrible darkness. Bye, everybody. We're Tim Friend.